Alrighty, so I'm making a video just on testosterone, because I get a lot of questions about it, like all the time. And first I would like to direct you to resources that will be below. Is the info thing below? New YouTube is on the side. Is it below? It's not below. The Hudson's FTM resource guide. I'm going to post some links about testosterone, especially one about the risks of it, because people are worried that testosterone will kill you. I don't know. And then two is like frequently asked questions about it. So I'm just going to give like a little spiel on the things that I've noticed specifically about testosterone and my experience with it, especially since I've upped my dose. I took 50 milligrams weekly until a couple of months ago when I switched to 80, which is for a short period of time. It'll be at 80 until after my histo. So the first thing I want to talk about is weight gain, because for some reason I thought when you started testosterone you lose a lot of weight because you have so much energy and you're building this muscle and your metabolism speeds up. Well, your metabolism does speed up. You will be eating and shitting like it's nobody's business. Yeah, I know it's a lot of information there, but you will be super hungry. At least I was I'd eat like a million times more now than I did before. And I did gain about 15 pounds in my first year and a half on testosterone. But I was also in college, so I was just getting little chubs. But anyway, yeah, you will gain weight on testosterone. If not fat, it's because your bones are getting more dense and you're getting muscle, lean muscle, not like visible, not like BAM, not like BAM muscle, but not like, you know, working out muscle, like jacked muscle, but like lean muscle on your bones, like more so than before testosterone, because it makes it easier to grow muscle, but you won't just get muscle like that. So there's like this thing called like the the T15 where you gain like 15 pounds because you get really hungry. I got really hungry and I ate a lot, and just like everything in sight. So that's cool. But yeah, without like doing cardio and weightlifting, you can gain a lot of weight, and all the fat like from thighs really and from like your arms and other places migrates to your belly, and you start to carry it there, and it becomes very noticeable at that point. So that's something I'm still working on, working off is the fat that migrated everywhere. It's cool. It's really interesting, but you will gain weight. I promise you, you will. And what else? Muscle, yeah, like I said in previous videos, you need to work out in order to have muscle changes. You're not just gonna, you know, bam, like one day, wake up and be like, oh, testosterone gave me muscles. No. Testosterone will give you a beer belly. That's about it. That's what it'll do. So, working out is very important if you want those changes. And I don't work out that much. I, maybe, you know, just recently started working out pretty consistently, but, I noticed some changes in muscle just by doing like 30 to 50 push-ups a day and doing, you know, some crunches and some pull-ups. So even just slightly working out will make a big difference. Testosterone does make it easier to get muscle. I mean, protein's a big factor too, diet and all that stuff is a big factor. So, yep, that's good. The other thing people ask me about is how does testosterone change your personality? Does it make you a whole new person? Does it make you angry? Does it make you irritable? I think it can if you let it. I personally find myself being a much happier, patient person, especially these days in the past couple weeks, and that my personality's actually just gotten better. I've also, you know, it's also been 2.5 years of me just growing as a human being, so I can't really comment on personality having changed. Do I act more masculine? Maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's nothing that I've like consciously done. And it's nothing that's been noticeably bad. No one's remarked on me being like an angry, irritable person. Supposedly I'm a little bit more irritable. I can see that. I do get like pissed off by different things now. But it's not drastic. And acting on those sorts of feelings and the anger that I sometimes get, like, it's rare now. It's usually environmental or situational. I cannot blame it solely on the hormones ever. I honestly don't think you can really blame anything solely on the hormones except for the physical and hormone changes. Well, yeah, so emotional changes, I mean, it can. I imagine it could make you more angry or irritable, but in my personal experience, I have complete control over that, and I've not let that consume me. So yeah, my personality, it doesn't change you into a whole new person. Just, I mean, if anything, testosterone should make you happier because you're feeling better. So you're feeling like a better connection with your body. So that's my thought on it. Anyway, hopefully that's how it works. But all right, facial hair and body hair and all that stuff is a big thing that I get. Yes, my leg hair and my butt hair came first. Arm hair is a very slow process. I'm just starting to get that. Facial hair, well, here you go. Balding, I was balding. I'm on finasteride for it now. And yeah, so that's the kind of hair deal there. You'll get random hairs everywhere, like stomach hair, like bam, stomach hair. You know, that's getting pretty intense. So yeah, hair happens, not necessarily in the places you want it to happen, not necessarily in the timeliest manner, but it will eventually. And some guys get facial hair in the first like 6 months, and I'm just like, so jealous. But so that's the kind of hair thing. Testosterone can make you go bald. You most likely will go bald on testosterone. I haven't seen very many guys go like 10 years on T without being bald, but it doesn't have anything to do with genetics. The balding thing, I've talked to a lot of doctors and such about it, because trans men have 2 X chromosomes and the balding gene is on the X chromosome. So if you have any trace of balding in your family's history, you'll most likely go bald. So there's that. There are ways to combat it, of course, and it isn't something that will happen necessarily right away, but you can't expect your hair to start thinning like a lot. It will start to thin. I really doubt it would ever get thicker on testosterone. Estrogen makes your hair thicker. So that's that sort of deal. Balding is not the end of the world. Like, I will accept it one day, and I will get off medication, and I will be bald, and it'll be lovely. The problem is I'm just 2 days shy of being 20, and not quite sure I want to be bald just yet when I've only been on hormones for 2 years. So that's why I'm combating that. But yeah, as for balding, it most likely will happen. So that's kind of a downside. But that honestly shouldn't be a reason not to go on hormones. All the other changes, excellent. Balding, not so excellent, but everything else is excellent, so that's my take on that. Injections versus other methods. I do a subcutaneous injection, which is underneath my fat, using a small needle into like my like hip butt area. A lot of people have been like, why don't you take pills? Why don't you do the cream? I don't do the cream because you put that on, then you have to wait 2 hours and you wash it off. You can't have contact with females while it's on. It's messy. It also delivers the changes much slower. Some people want changes much slower, but I wanted a consistent level of testosterone in my body so that I felt consistent. People ask me, you do it once a week. It's like a cycle. Do you feel it at the end of the cycle that you're more grumpy? Today's a Tuesday. I have a ton of energy. Testosterone, that I've noticed since I've upped my dose, I have so much energy. I don't even know what to do with it. I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep, and I'm happy and I have so much energy. And ever since I raised my dose, I've just felt this increase in energy and metabolism and eating so much quicker. And I've noticed too, since I've raised my dose, that it used to be I do my shots Wednesday morning. So on Monday nights, Tuesdays, I would feel a little bit slower. I would, like my metabolism would be a little slower down. I would be a little more irritable somewhat. But I never really, it's like not something that is totally completely noticeable, and it's really not the worst to have like 12 hours of the last day of the end of a week kind of feeling like a little bit more like, it's really not that bad. And since I've raised my dose, I hardly feel that at all. The other day I completely forgot to do my shot on a Wednesday, and it got to be Wednesday night, and I was like, why do I feel like there's this cloud like in my brain? And then I realized I hadn't done my shot. So you do become reliant on these sorts of things, but so yeah, I don't do the patches or the gels because they don't deliver the amount of testosterone that I wanted for the changes that I wanted in the time span that I desired, nor are they convenient, nor does my health insurance cover it, so they're very expensive. Androgel being something that costs about like $150 to $200 a month, as opposed to my testosterone, which costs me about $3 a month. Yeah, so that's good. And then there's no pills you can take for testosterone. It hurts your metabolism. It hurts your liver to process testosterone through your liver, which is any sort of oral thing that you would take. Estrogen can be taken orally, but injections are currently the most plausible and efficient way of administering testosterone, and make it so that you have the testosterone levels of like a cisgendered male, and keep those steady. That's the best way to do it. I was horrified of needles too, but you get used to it. It's really not so bad. I just do it first thing when I wake up when I'm not even thinking, like, put in. So that's good. And then you can get an implant. You can get a pill implanted into you. It's a surgical thing you do every 6 to 8 months. That's not something I wanted to do either because 1, health insurance doesn't cover it. 2, I don't want to get surgery every 6 to 8 months. And yeah, that's the only reason why I'm not doing that. So I just want to clarify that. And lastly, how long we have to be on testosterone? Well, I agree that this is a legitimate question, but I always find it kind of funny because I don't totally understand how someone could think that my body would just start naturally producing testosterone on its own, because it won't. So for the rest of my life, essentially, as you get older, in men, testosterone levels start to go down, not drastically, but slightly, and endocrinologist, which is a hormone doctor, will adjust your levels so that you stay within the average range of a male in your age group, in your health. So that's kind of the deal for that. But yes, I have to inject testosterone for the rest of my life because I unfortunately do not have the ability to produce it on my own because I was not born with that ability. And that's, it's a hassle, it's annoying, whatever, but that's just the way it goes. So, yeah, those are the most recent questions that I get like all the time, about testosterone, and having raised my dose recently, I just really felt things like a lot more intensely. Like I'm starting to get body hair a lot quicker, starting to get a little more facial hair a lot quicker, not balding as much, which is good. And my energy level is like so high. My metabolism is great. I've been building muscle faster, like, but I've also been working out. You gotta work out to build muscle. So yeah, this is kind of a self-explanatory video. It kind of sounds like I'm going. I apologize if it sounds like I'm going through it like step by step, as if it's like as if these questions are pointless, or as if these points are just like like everyone should know this, because no, like honestly, like these are things that I didn't really expect either. I expected to become this really angry, irritable person who was like really like skinny because my metabolism would be fast, and like I don't know other things like have a full beard and not be balding, but so these are just the changes that I've experienced in my experience with them. But the resources down below are great. Check those out. They did a great list. So this is basically a start of videos that I'm making for my future frequently asked question sheet that I'm going to be making and posting online eventually, that I'm actually getting pretty far into, which is good. So yeah, that's that. It's just going on forever. I apologize. If you sat through this, I hope you at least learned something. Okay. Peace.